I'd like to take a moment to thank the mayor, the board of mayor and aldermen for taking time out of this meeting to allow me to recognize one of our own. The person I'm here to recognize is Public Safety Officer Kenneth Wayne Light Jr. On October 23rd of this year at 7:30 p.m., a confused driver made his way on 11W driving eastbound into westbound lane. During this time, Officer Light, who was off duty in his personal car, was traveling on the same road heading westbound, unaware of what was taking place in front of him. As Officer Light got closer to the incident, he found people driving erratically on 11W. He discovered they were attempting to avoid the vehicle head on. They were hitting ditch lines and driving around them. In our line of work, everything we do is judged by what a reasonable person would do. On that night, we found out what a reasonable person would do. They'd hit the shoulder, move around the car, and keep going. I'm not trying to talk about anybody, I'm not trying to poke fun, but they were doing this based on what we call self-preservation. They were doing what they had to do to survive. Officer Light also has self-preservation, but he chose to ignore it. Based on Officer Light's training and experience, he knew he had to do something to try to stop this vehicle, or it would prove fatal. What Officer Light did next, he did not learn in the police academy. They don't teach you this. He had no equipment. He had his personal vehicle. He didn't have his police car, didn't have a flashlight, didn't have a safety vest. All he had was his personal car and his flip-flops. Whether he knew it or not, he assessed the situation, formulated a plan, and executed said plan in mere seconds. This is what makes a great cop. Not having a playbook to pull from, and having to think quick on your feet to tackle any situation. Officer Light used his car to stop the head-on driver with success. Officer Light turned on his emergency flashers and exited his vehicle to approach the driver to figure out why he was driving the wrong way, while calling for backup. During this encounter, a young female headed in the same direction rear-ended Officer Light's car at a high rate of speed, highway speed. Once again, Officer Light took action, checked on the female who hit his car, while dodging cars on the highway, I might add. Officer Light confirmed she was okay, and he went back to the driver. Moments later, he found the female standing outside the car and ordered her back in her car for her safety. Once the female got back in her car, as soon as her feet touched the floorboard, she got rear-ended at highway speeds. But luckily, for everyone involved, somehow no one was injured. I have no doubt, if it weren't for Officer Light's self-driven duty to act and take action, this incident would have changed many lives. I have no doubt someone would have struck the wrong way driver head on, leading to great bodily injury or death. Light acted when he did not have to, or was even equipped to do so. When an officer is off duty, the only thing they're required to do is to be a great witness. Officer Light took it to the next level solely based off his self-driven duty to serve and protect. It is because of this we are proud to have him as a member of the Mount Carmel Police Department, and I am honored to call him a friend. Officer Light, the Mount Carmel Police Department, backed by the town of Mount Carmel, are here today to present you with a token of our appreciation. We would like you to accept this award. This is the Lifesaver Award. This award is to show our appreciation for your dedication and self-driven duty to act on October 23rd, 2020.
I'd like to recognize Police Chief Mount Carmel, Ken Lunsford Jr., Vice Chief Scott Alley, Officer Kenneth Light. You want to go over what happened?
October 23rd, 2020, about 7:30 p.m., a wrong-way driver made his way eastbound and westbound lanes of 11W. Officer Light, who was off duty at the time, was traveling westbound on 11W, unaware of what was taking place in front of him. As he got to the incident, he found people driving erratically, trying to avoid his car head on. Officer Light took action, using his own personal vehicle to stop the wrong-way driver from continuing down 11W, which may have proved fatal. And because of that, we honored him and gave him a life-saving award for the town of Mount Carmel because of his actions and his self-driven duty to act while off duty. I have no doubt he saved several lives that night.
At this time, I'd like to read members of the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners and the Honorable Jim Lee, Mayor, this 23rd day of November 2020, commends Kenneth Wayne Light, Jr., Mount Carmel Public Safety Officer, for valor and dedication. Whereas this commendation is presented in recognition of public safety and critical thinking of Public Safety Officer Kenneth Wayne Light, Jr. Officer Light went above and beyond the call of duty on October 23rd, 2020. And whereas your action reflects highly not only upon yourself, but also on the image and reputation of the Mount Carmel Police Department, and whereas your physical fitness, critical thinking, problem-solving skills, communication skills, strong moral character, devotion to your community are all important qualities of a dedicated police officer. Thank you, Officer Light, for exhibiting these qualities in Mount Carmel and Hawkins County. Therefore, be it resolved that through the authority vested in the Hawkins County Board of Commissioners and Mayor Jim Lee, you are awarded this commendation on this 23rd of November 2020.